Hello team, how's it going? Welcome back to today's video where we are discussing the British military's basic parachute course. We're going to be discussing what you sort of have to go through to complete the course to earn your right to wear the wings, and sort of my experiences of when I did the course back in 2009-2010. So the basic parachute course are majority for those soldiers who serve within 16 Air Assault Brigade. So 2 and 3 para, and then all the attached arms, 7, 16 Med, 216, 13 RLC. You've got the engineers as well. You've also got 1 para attached to SFSG who also do further training. And then sometimes you may get, as an Army Commando or a Royal Marine, depending which sort of trade or role you serve within the Commando brigades, you may also be able to get on the basic parachute course and earn the right to wear your wings. Like I said, I did it back in 2009, so I had to pass the All-Arms Pre-Parachute Selection P Company while I was serving in 7th Parachute Regiment Royal Horse Artillery. Back then, there was a massive backlog. Afghan was at its height, and the C-130 Hercules were all being used pretty much out there. So there was a massive backlog to get guys on the course. I think I actually waited 18 months from passing P Company to actually earning my wings. I had to do my jumps course in 2 parts because the first time we couldn't get them complete because we couldn't get the planes, and then I went down a second time and we managed to complete. I think actually it was over 3 courses. So like I said, to get on the course, it's majority 16 Air Assault Brigade, and you have to pass P Company. You have to pass the arduous course to get on it. Why I say arduous is because, like I said, if you serve within the Commando Brigade, you don't have to do P Company to go and get on the course. Your Commando course is good enough to say, yep, you've passed an arduous course, you can get on the course. SFs, the Special Forces, they will do the basic parachute course, and then they go on to Special Forces as well, where they start doing squares, free fall, and all different types of training. With that comes para pay. It was roughly £180 a month. It's most probably gone up now. But if you're serving within 16 Air Assault Brigade and you have your wings and you stay in date, you will get an extra pay. So there is an incentive to go to that unit just to earn a little bit of money. And I know that is for some people, that's why they choose that unit, because they want a little bit of money. For those within the Commando Brigades, I know 148 Battery of 29 RA Commando, they get para pay, but I know other guys who have their wings within certain Army Commando units, they don't get the para pay, but they still get to do the jumps. What's the course consist of then? So on the course, you're going to basically be instructed on exit, flight and landing techniques, the good old para roll. Slightly changed from when I've done it. I've had a look around. I can't see exactly what you will do, but it's all going to be sort of very similar. When I did it, you did clean fatigue jump at 1,000 foot. Then we did a couple at 800 foot carrying kits. You then went simultaneous sticks, and then you went night jump. But I'll go in more detail. But it was roughly around 8 to 10 jumps we had to complete to basically earn the right to wear our wings. Now though, you no longer jump from the C-130. The C-130 has been retired. Back in 2023, they were trialling the A400M Atlas C Mark 1 aircraft, and I believe now that has gone ahead, and that is now the aircraft of choice for all parachute descents. Starting off with the course then, you're going to arrive, you're going to get put in teams, little sections, and you're going to start doing all your ground training, okay? So down at RAF Bryce Norton, and I know they have it at Colchester as well, they have all the training equipment there, and they also have PJIs within the Army, so parachute jump instructors. When I joined, it was all done by the Royal Air Force. They now have British Army soldiers within 16 Air Assault trained as parachute jump instructors to deliver training, but also keep the guys on top of their training so they can stay in date, and so it makes it easier for them to then go and do their jumps. Instead of having to always get people down to RAF Bryce Norton, they can now do it within Colchester as well. Start off then just on the ground, learning basic landing techniques like the para roll on the floor And then as you increase difficulty and confidence, you basically go up a ramp and up a ramp till it's a little bit higher. And you do that every morning. It's very important that you get the para roll down to a T, because it's really going to not going to stop you, but it's going to prevent any sort of serious or major injuries. You're also going to learn basically what sort of checks you need to do when the parachute opens and how you're going to exit the plane. And then if you get into any sort of issues such as twists, that's all done over a few days. Once they've sort of ticked you off on that and you've done that all on the ground, you're then going to go into the fan. Okay, the fan trainer is, I think it's around 20 foot, maybe slightly higher, slightly less. It's a harness connected to a cable. You stand on the platform, they give you red on, green on, go. You jump out, conduct your count 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, check canopy. You're going to check canopy, and then the fan is going to bring you down under a controlled descent. So it's going to give you that confidence of jumping up height, carrying out all your different checks, and then conducting that para roll at the end. Once you've gone through all the training in the fuselage, the exits, you've conducted all the drills in the harnesses, you've practiced the exit, doing your checks of your parachute, practicing getting out of twists, practicing say like an obstruction, so you start heading towards trees, buildings, how you're going to turn, sort of, you can't really turn the parachute, how you're going to move the parachute, practice your landing techniques. You've practiced all your in-flight techniques as well, what you're going to do with kit on, kit off in the aircraft. You're then actually going to go off and do your jumps, and this is the best bit. Normally, first of all, the first jump is normally clean fatigue. Well, it used to be. So you're literally just going to go out with your parachute, your reserve parachute, and a helmet. And you're going to conduct that at daytime at 1,000 foot. It used to be done in the C-130 Hercules, then they used to struggle with aircraft, so they brought in the Skyvan. So you used to do it out the Skyvan as well. I reckon now it's most probably 8 out of the A400M Atlas, and most probably out the Skyvan as well, because it most probably saves on costs. It's an amazing feeling. It's one of the best feelings you can feel in the entire world, jumping out of a fully serviceable airplane. But it gets better, because then what you do once you've done clean fatigue in single stick, so just going outside of one door, you then move to actually carrying your kit. And because you don't have to pack all your kit on the basic parachute course, they weigh you, and if you were under 90 kilos, you've got a massive 30 kilo rubber block. In your Bergen, if you were over 90 kilos, you got an empty water jerry can. I was 89.5 kilos, 0.5 of a kilo off, so I got a 30 kilogram rubber block. You then normally do another one at 1,000 foot. Then you move down to 800 foot. You do single stick again. Then when you went to simultaneous stick, so you've got two doors on the aircraft. Every sort of half a second, one goes out that door, 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 one goes out that door. Okay, the simultaneous stick. You then conduct another one at 800 foot. You then do that at 600 foot. Right, 600 foot. If you're first man in the door opens, they bring you to the door, and you obviously have to wait there in the door for red on and then green on. You fly. We used to fly over the M40 motorway, and I swear I could see people's faces in their cars. It's that low. 600 foot is not that high. It's around 2 football pitches high, I think, if not a little bit less. Such an amazing feeling. Hopefully you have a nice descent to the floor, carry out your power roll, and then the final jump is a night jump. You conduct this complete pitch back at night. This is a weird feeling, because when you jump out, you get all the light pollution. So you conduct everything exactly the same. You drop your kits, you do all your checks. If you're in twists, you get out of twists, and it's all, you can see pretty much everything because you get light pollution. But once you get below around 100 foot, it just goes pitch black and you can't see anything. And all you're waiting for is your Bergens on about 10-20 foot, I can't remember exactly, rope underneath you attached to your harness. what you're waiting for is for that to hit the floor, because when you know that hits the floor, you're going to hit the floor about a second or two later. Because honestly, when I did my night jumps, I could not see the floor. And then once you do that, once you complete all of them and they're happy, you then get to do your parade and you get presented with your wings. Okay, an absolute brilliant feeling. The best thing about the parachute course is the basic parachute course is with mine. I don't know if it's changed now. You most probably can't get away with this. I did my course, we went down, and because the Hercules was so hard to get hold of, the night before they would say, look, in the day you've got to jump tomorrow, but you'd have to ring the number. So there'd be an automated phone number to let you know if the course was if the jump was going ahead due to weather or aircraft availability. So a lot of the time when I did it, this is why I had to do it over 3 courses, they were not available because they were being sent off to SF, out to Afghan, ring up, no jump tomorrow. So you just went on the piss again. Next day, ring again, no jump. So you just went on the piss. I spent a lot of the time drunk. Obviously, you can't go into the actual jumps or you can't go into training smelling of alcohol at all. But if you knew you had no jump tomorrow and you weren't training, you just got absolutely steaming. I went down there one time. Got there on a Sunday, turned up on the Monday. They went, you should be doing a jump Thursday, but we're not going to send you back. So we went out Monday, Tuesday, phoned the number Wednesday, no jump, went out Wednesday, Thursday, and got a coach home Friday. So literally spent a week in Bryce Norton drinking and chilling out and did nothing and got paid for it. So absolutely brilliant. But with the course, all jokes aside, yeah, you get to have a drink. They're really relaxed as long as you're not training, you're not jumping. If you turn up smelling the booze, you're going to get booted off. It is an absolute brilliant course. If you're thinking about joining some form of airborne unit, 100% go and do it. Yes, you've got to get past the arduous course, which is absolutely nails. Whether you're doing the commander course, whether you're doing P company, whether you're going SF. But jumping out of a plane and getting paid to do it, low level parachutes compared to squares is, I've done both. I've done sort of a civilian sort of parachute like adventure training course, and I've done military. Military is so much better when you've got your kit strapped to you, you're jumping at a low level, you're doing night jumps, you've got all your mates behind you following you out. Right, you look across the sky and you can see all the parachutes. Absolute great feeling. And it's also like such a proud moment to be able to earn the right to wear your wings and walk around with them on your arm for the rest of your career, unless you ever refuse to jump. If you ever refuse to jump, they have the right to take your wings off you, and I have seen it happen to someone before. But normally you'll wear them for the rest of your career. You may lose the parapay if you don't stay in date or you go to a non-airborne unit. But when I transferred to the Household Cavalry Regiment, I wore those with me. When I went to Perborough as a section commander, I had them on my right shoulder. And people do look at it. People do notice it. They do look at you and say, okay, you know, that's a fitter guy, or that they're good soldiers, right? And they do. But it's an absolute outstanding course. You go down there, do a few days, maybe a week's worth of ground training. Really listen to it, pay attention, and then after that you just go and jump. Every morning you come in, practice your landing rolls, your power rolls, you maybe practice your exits, you get told which stick you're in, and then you just sit around and then you go and jump. And then every year you've got to stay in date, so at some point in the year you're going to get sent to Bryce, Western on the Green, wherever it is for the day, and just get paid to jump out of a plane. Brilliant. And the Army's going to pay for it all, and you're going to get that extra $2,000, $2,500 a year for being parachute trained. So why not? Anyway, I hope this video has helped. Like I said, complete an arduous course. If you're going to be 16 Air Assault, that's going to be P Company. If you're in a commando unit, whether that's Army Commando or Royal Marines, you may be lucky enough to be able to get on this course depending on what your role is. If you go in 148 Battery or you have aspirations to 148 Battery, you will guarantee to get this. They also do water jumps as well. And then if you go in 16 Air Assault, you're going to get the parapay as well. Like, the feeling, I can't say, of jumping out of a plane is amazing. Highly recommend it, and I hope this video has helped. Please comment below with what your thoughts are, whether it's helped. Check out some of our coffee blends and our merch over at Combat Ready HQ, and I'll see you in the next video.